Hey guys, Ponce here, back on the public test realm, and this time I have some potential Sion buffs to share with you guys. As you can see, as I always do in the notepad, the changes are up there, but of course these are potential, public test realm, etc., etc. But in any case, some buffs. His HP per level has been increased. They shuffled around his mana costs a bit. So basically his Q costs more or less, his W costs less, but his E costs more. Ultimately, this probably ends up being a slight mana usage buff in the sense that the instances of you of just queuing are slightly less than your instances of using just Q or E. E tends to be used in conjunction as a combo with the Q and the W. So when you do all your abilities at once, the mana cost is more or less, in fact, it is the same. But yeah, if you get your opportunity to like just use W or just be able to use a Q because someone wandered out of position, it's a slight buff. I wouldn't worry about that too much. It's more so about his HP per level gain and the fact that now Soul Furnace gives slightly more HP when you kill a large minion or monster. So killing the small minions and monsters still only gives 2 HP. But if you go over here and like kill one of these guys, like so, this guy will give me 10 now instead of 8. So this should go up to 55 here. Went up to 56 for some reason, but whatever. That's fine too. Oh, I know I did because I have a passive increases. So as you can see, I gain slightly more HP for killing large things. Now, in terms of laning, that's not the biggest thing ever. I mean, you're not gonna get that many kills and assists and kill that many cannon minions since they only come every once in a while. But if you think of it from a jungle perspective, every single jungle clear, you'll be getting an extra 12 HP. So that's 2, 4, 6. Then you go over here, 8, 10, 12. So every time you do a full clear, 12 HP, not bad. I mean, over time, that would add up to, an all right amount. And there's nothing to sneeze at either, if you factor in getting kills and assists and, the odd cannon minion. So there you have it. These aren't the biggest buffs ever, but there's something. I mean, I see a lot of people complaining about Sion. I don't think he's bad. So I don't... I mean, I understand why people are complaining, because he's kind of clunky, and he's not hard to use per se, but when champions are slow and clunky and get kited around, it feels bad. And then when people feel bad when they're playing a champion, they tend to conclude that the champion sucks, when it's not really necessarily the case. But yeah, he certainly does have problems being kited around and stuff like that. And this doesn't really address that too much. But if you couldn't kite Sion, he'd be overpowered. So it's all just a matter of balance. Sion, I think he has his place in this game. He occupies a very similar niche to Darius. So when you're playing Sion, you got to almost pretend you're playing Darius sometimes in terms of actual the role you play. In any case, that's been my preview of some potential buffs to Sion. I suspect these will go through since they're not particularly major, and it's not going to be game-breaking if they buff him, and it'll probably make a lot of people happy. So, yeah, I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.